Question number 176. Select the correct option in which various organisms are arranged in increasing order of similarity of their proteins to human proteins. And the options are gorilla, macaque and lemur. And this is an incorrect option because more closely related organisms have high similarity in their proteins. And with respect to humans, gorilla are more closely related to humans as compared to macaque and lemur. So this is an incorrect option. The next option is lemur, macaque and gorillas, and this is a correct answer to our question because in ascending order of similarities, because gorillas in their proteins are more closely related to human proteins, and that's why proteins of gorilla bear higher resemblance to proteins of humans. The next option is macaque, chimpanzee and lemur, and this is an incorrect option. Lemur, chimpanzee and macaque is also an incorrect option. Why? Because gorillas are more closely related humans as their high resemblance to proteins of humans. So the correct answer is option number 2. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 177. Refer to the given figure and identify the correct option. And the figure, the labels are X, Y, Z and W. The very first option is W represents grey matter containing bundles of myelinated nerve fibers, and as it is an incorrect identification, so this cannot be a correct answer to our question, because as you can see here, W represents grey matter of spinal cord that consists of dendrites and cell bodies of a neuron and not bundles of myelinated nerve fibers. The next option is X represents white matter as it lacks myelin sheath, and as it is an incorrect identification, so this cannot be a correct answer to our question, because X represents white matter that consists of myelinated nerve fibers running up and down the spinal cord. The next option is Y represents dorsal root ganglion having pseudo-unipolar neurons, and this Y represents dorsal root ganglion, and this dorsal root ganglions have pseudo-unipolar neurons. So as it is a correct identification, so this is a correct answer to our question. The last option is Z represents interneuron present between cell bodies of sensory and motor neuron, and as it is an incorrect identification, so this cannot be a correct answer to our question, because Z represents what? It represents motor neuron, whereas it is here, this point represents interneuron, which is present between cell bodies of sensory and motor neuron, and not Z. Z represents motor neuron. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Let's proceed to the next question. Question number 178. A viral disease which spreads by bite of a mosquito is, and options are filariasis, malaria, dengue and diphtheria. And the correct answer to this question is option number 3, dengue. Dengue is a viral disease which spreads by bite of Aedes mosquito. Let's discuss other options also. The very first option is filariasis, and this is an incorrect option. Filariasis is a helminthic disease which is caused by Wuchereria malae or Wuchereria bancrofti, and it is spread via bite of Culex mosquito. But as it is a helminthic disease, so this cannot be a correct answer. The next option is malaria, and this is an incorrect option. Malaria is caused by a protozoan called Plasmodium, and that spreads by the bite of Anopheles mosquito. But it's a protozoan disease and not a viral disease. The last option is diphtheria, and this is also an incorrect option because diphtheria is a bacterial disease and not a viral disease. So the correct answer is option number 3. Dengue is the only viral disease among the given options. Now let's proceed to the next question. Question number 179. Nucleotide present in RNA is, and the options are adenosine, cytidine, uracilic acid, and thymidilic acid. And the correct answer to this question is option number 3, uracilic acid. Because uracil is a base which is present in RNA instead of thymine. And the nucleotide of uracil is known as uracilic acid. Whereas rest of the options like adenosine and cytidine is an incorrect option because adenosine and cytidine are nucleosides present in RNA and not nucleotides. And the last option, thymidilic acid, is incorrect because it is a nucleotide which is present in DNA and not in RNA. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 180. If gene of interest was cloned at site PVU1 in PBR322, the recombinant plasmid will exhibit, and the options are susceptibility to tetracycline, resistance to ampicillin, susceptibility to both ampicillin and tetracycline, and resistance to tetracycline. Now, if we will insert the gene of interest at PVU1, then we know that this PVU1 site is situated in ampicillin resistance gene of PBR322. Insertion of gene of interest at this PVU1 site causes insertional inactivation of ampicillin resistance gene As a result, the recombinants formed will be susceptible to ampicillin, but they are resistant to tetracycline. Why? Because tetracycline resistant gene is still intact in this PBR322 vector. So the very first option, susceptibility to tetracycline, is an incorrect option because this recombinant will be resistant to it. The next option is resistance to ampicillin, and this is an incorrect option because recombinant plasmid will exhibit susceptibility to ampicillin, susceptibility to both ampicillin and tetracycline, and this is an incorrect option because recombinant plasmid will exhibit susceptibility to only ampicillin and not to tetracycline. And the last option is resistance to tetracycline, and as it is a correct option, so this is a correct answer to our question. So the correct answer is option number 4. So with this question, I would like to end up the discussion of this AIATS paper. I hope all your doubts and queries have been solved regarding this paper. Thank you very much for watching and all the best.